Hi, my name is Wayne Martin Belger, and I'm a fine art photographer based in Tucson, Arizona. I've been a fine art photographer for 27 years. Most of my work lives in museums, private collections around the world. I also shoot quite a bit of projects for Smithsonian Magazine. My fine art is a little bit different. I make my own cameras. They're functional 4x5 cameras and 8x10 cameras that shoot large format film. And each camera I make by hand in my machine shop. And also every camera I make is designed for the subject it photographs. Like the HIV project, which is called Untouchable. I was inspired by one of my best friends who's HIV positive. It actually has his blood in the camera, circulates through the camera, then in front of the aperture. What I mainly photograph is people with HIV and AIDS all over the world with this camera. And every photo I make of somebody is toned by the blood itself. I've made underwater 4x5 pinhole cameras. I have a couple other projects I've been working quite a bit on. One's called Us and Them. It's taken me all over the world. And since I make my own cameras, people don't really see the cameras as being invasive. They're actually made for the subject, so they feel connected to the cameras, and I end up invited into places like the Zapatista rebel compounds in southern Mexico, or the Syrian refugee camps in Lesbos, Greece, where I would work doing boat rescues part-time, clothing people, and then I would get to know the people, the situation, and photograph. And also I spent 2.5 months in Standing Rock during the pipeline crisis there. One of the projects I was working on many years ago was a camera made from a human skull. And when I was working on this camera, I did a lot of inlay work as far as turquoise and different elements that really beautified the skull itself. And I wanted to have some silver work and some jewels and gems inlaid in the camera. So I made these silver bindis basically on the forehead, and I had a bunch of rubies and sapphires and different stones, and I needed a jeweler to help me with the work on it because I never set stones before. And somebody had mentioned this guy named Kevin Potter. So I called him. He said, yeah, I'd give it a shot, and I would do it, and went over to his house, and he just did a beautiful, beautiful work in laying the stones. I really connected with him too because in his house, he had so much machinery and a very understanding wife. I really connected with him because I was trained as a machinist, and that's how I learned how to make my cameras. Many, many years later, I had been talking to this gentleman, and he asked me my name. He goes, oh, do you know Kevin Potter? I said, yeah. He said, Kevin mentions you quite a bit. He's right around the corner. And so I went around the corner, and I saw Kevin, and it was really cool. It was like reconnected again, except this time he didn't have the machines in his house. It was just massive, like warehouse. And he started showing me what he's doing, and it was all these dies. I had no idea what these dies and hubs were at the time, but they were absolutely amazing pieces of art. And then he showed me more and more, and I had no idea at the time, but he actually has over 1,250,000 of these dies that he has saved from being just recycled metal. To create one of these dies, it's like an insane amount of hours of hand carving, and it's just millions of pieces of artwork at the Potter USA. He started showing me some of the like special ones he had. Like he has the original police badge from LA Police Department, Olympic gold medals, Medal of Honors, Purple Hearts. Whenever somebody over the last couple hundred years here in the United States needed some kind of medal or jewelry or whatever, that's what they made him, and it was these dies. And now Kevin has one of the largest collections in the world. So I reconnected with Kevin, and just really appreciate what he does. He likes what I do with my cameras, and he's a machinist, I'm a machinist, and we love art. In talking to Kevin, he was telling me about how he would love to document more of this, and he came up with the idea of creating a book on Potter USA, on the dies, on the history of the dies, on the history of the manufacturers. The dye industry and the jewelry industry in Providence, Rhode Island played a significant part in the American Industrial Revolution. A lot of people don't even know that all these artisans from all over the world came to Providence to actually create these dies and work there, and there was thousands and thousands and thousands of people, and it was a massive part of the growth of the United States. But it's kind of a lost piece of history. What I'm hoping to accomplish by creating this book is documenting a piece of American history that it seems like nobody even knows about. I'm doing portraits right now of famous jewelers' toolboxes and all the ephemera that's in the toolboxes themselves. I'm also taking photos of the original machinery, some of it from 1700s. I'm really loving the images. The book itself on Potter USA is going to be a fine art photo art book, but it's going to be really different. So I'm shooting with a couple different cameras. I'm shooting with a Leica M10 monochrome, which is a real specialized camera that only shoots black and white. Another camera I'm using is a Rollei camera, which is a film camera, and I'm shooting color of the people of Potter USA, them working in the machines, and it's going to have that real vintage color, like 1970s look. And then the last thing I'm doing portraits with is a custom 4x5 camera that I'm making to shoot portraits of Kevin, his family, and just different parts of Potter USA. So I'm really excited to do this project. I keep on digging deeper and deeper and deeper into Potter USA and finding more and more. I guess when you have 1,250,000 dies, you're going to be surprised a lot, and I am. I think it'll be amazing to be able to share the art of artists that are no longer with us from 1700s, 1800s, early 1900s, that created such incredible work that nobody even really knows exists anymore. So I'm really excited to make this book, and thank you, Potters, for letting me stomp around Potter USA. I'm really excited to produce this book for the Potters and for all of Potter's people. Thank you.